Welcome to this video module focused on cultivating references. The references within a resume are used to provide the names and contact information of your professional references. These references can be directors, music directors, choreographers, teachers, or any person that can speak about your professional training or expertise. The references section, however, is not always included within each resume. Whether or not they are listed within the resume will always depend upon the strength and relevancy of your references. As previously mentioned, the actual names and contact information of each reference are not typically included within the main portion of the resume. Resumes are always designed to showcase your particular experience and training. You do not want to use valuable resume real estate or space within the resume on items that do not significantly add to the resume as a whole. Instead, many people will include a notation such as references available upon request. This way, they are able to provide professional references if they are requested, and in addition, they are able to fully utilize the full page of the resume. Now, cultivating your professional references is an important technique that is absolutely necessary in the industry. References are used for professional referrals, as the name infers. Directors or casting agents can use these references to get more information about you that might not be apparent from the body of the resume. The director or casting agent will then use the contact information provided to contact your references and ask them certain questions such as 1. How long have they known you both professionally and personally? Your personality, your personal work ethic, your ability to take direction, your ability to work with others, your performance abilities on stage, etc. In addition, they will always ask your reference whether or not they would professionally work with you in the future and also if you would be recommended for the current project. This is why cultivating your references is so vitally important. These references that you have provided within the resume will always know you both personally and professionally better than the director or casting agent that is currently auditioning you. That is why you have chosen to use them as a reference in the first place. They know how to work with you professionally, and they have also gotten to know you personally. If a director is going to extra lengths to find out more information about you, then you have already succeeded in grabbing their attention. Great. At this point, if the directors or casting agents contact your references, you are guaranteed to ace the audition if you have successfully cultivated your references. Cultivating your references refers to the process and act of building both a professional and personal relationship with each of your references. Having a famous or well-known person as your top reference will do you little good if they have never actually worked with you or they don't know you on a personal level. You have to assume that each of these references will be contacted if provided, and that they will be asked questions such as those we described on the previous slides. Many people forget this important aspect, so don't let that be you. There are 5 key things to remember when cultivating your references. 1. Best of the best. The references you include on your resume need to be the best of the best. Each reference that you provide needs to be able to answer questions regarding your professional and personal characteristics. You need to evaluate each of your potential references and determine which ones will be able to give the best impression and reference regarding your skills and attributes. In addition, you should always consider how well known each of your references are. If possible, you should always include references that are more famous and well known within your particular industry. However, it cannot be stressed enough that you should not include a reference just because of their notoriety if they are not able to give credit to your professional or personal characteristics. Always weigh your list of references to determine the best of the best. Which are those references that are well known and respected in the industry and that you know will give you a great reference? Number 2, permission. You should always ask for permission from each of your references that are included within your resume. You would be amazed at how many times we have contacted listed references and they have been surprised that they were listed as a professional reference on a particular person's resume. Always call and ask a potential reference if it is okay that you can list them as a professional reference. In most cases, the answer will be yes. If you have really chosen the best of the best, then you should have no problem getting permission to use them as a reference within your resume. Number 3, the art of building lasting relationships. Building a lasting relationship is the third important aspect of cultivating your references. Chances are that many directors, choreographers, and other professionals within the industry will work with you at least at some point in the near-distant future. It is inevitable in such a small and close-knit community. You should always strive to build a lasting relationship so that you're memorable as both a person and as a professional. Many performers make the mistake of focusing solely on getting the next gig, the next contract, the next big thing. They often forget that many times you need more than just the opportunity. You need to have a personal connection or professional reference to make it within the industry. Very often decisions are based on whom you know. With that being said, start building those relationships now. It is not about being fake, definitely not. It is about investing the time and energy in cultivating relationships with individuals in all levels of the industry. By honing and mastering this technique of building lasting relationships, you will only continue to succeed. Number 4, contact. It is crucial that you keep in touch with each of your references. While this is closely related to building lasting relationships, it is important enough to include as a separate point to remember. As you continue to advance in your professional career, remember to keep in touch with your references. Give them a call every month or two to catch up and see how they are doing. See if they can meet up for coffee or grab a bite to eat. The references you place within your resume should always be the best of the best. However, sometimes there might be a bit of a lapse since one of your top-tier references has professionally worked with you on a project. By keeping in touch and contacting your references, you're not only building a stronger relationship and lasting relationship, but you are able to let them know on what projects or productions you have been currently involved in since the last time you both worked together. This will allow your strongest references to be able to speak on your behalf about your professional and personal abilities in an up-to-date manner. Number 5, the power of reciprocation. Reference reciprocation is based upon the old saying of "you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours." People have an instinctual social habit to pass on the same courtesies that were given to them. Try it for yourself. The best example I can think of is when 2 or 3 or more people enter a large corporate office building. Imagine a group of 3 to 4 strangers who happen to be entering the same building at the same time. Often, one person will not only open the door, but hold it open for the other person to enter the building before his or herself. Almost every time, one of those people who entered will then hold the next set of doors to unconsciously repay that same courtesy. It doesn't have to be an example such as this, but you get the idea. Someone went out of their way for you, and you unconsciously and instinctually have the need to repay them for that action. Reference reciprocation is based upon the same idea. The relationship between you and your references is a two-way street. They are doing you a favor and speaking on your behalf each time they are contacted as a reference for you. Make sure that you always extend that same courtesy back to them. Perhaps offer them a few comp tickets or tickets at a discount for a project or production that they helped you to get. Maybe offer to pay for their coffee or meal the next time you meet up to keep in touch. However you decide is up to you, but make sure that you thank them for the reference and let them know that they are appreciated. In conclusion, cultivating references is a process of building lasting and personal relationships with each of your professional references. Remember the 5 key things when cultivating references. Best of the best. Permission. The art of building lasting relationships. Contact. And the power of reference reciprocation. If you would like more information on references, please see our PDF and Excel references worksheets, our business and performance references templates, and our other video modules focused on this topic. Thank you once again for your time and attention, and break a leg.